What is up, guys? In this video today we're going to be going over a little bit of how to stay lean and balling on a budget. Considering I'm in college, it's kind of hard to get a little bit of money, so I'm gonna show you pretty much how to shred up on a $60 diet. So I'm also going to be sharing with you some of the foods that you can eat to keep yourself from being hungry when doing a lean cutting diet. There's very many variables that you can pretty much help with that, and also I'm going to put in there a little bit how to stop the sweet tooth cravings, you know what I'm saying, that late night craving and stuff like that, some foods you can replace it with. So yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with one of the main foods that everyone should know to use, and that's going to be our chicken breast right here. I usually take it out of the package, I'll put it in a storage bag, just a little bit easier to put in the fridge and stuff like that. So this is probably one of the leanest meats you're going to find. Some people will have the idea that turkey's better, but turkey actually is very, very close in calories and in macros to beef. Now you can do lean beef instead of chicken. In my opinion, it's still too high in fat for me. It's also a lot more expensive in terms of like how much you get. So yeah, in my opinion, a good chicken breast is probably going to be most optimal if you're trying to cut and trying to save a little money. Me personally, I shop at Walmart. I don't shop at Whole Foods or Publix or anything like that. I shop pretty normal. You can get I think it's a little flat of chicken for 10 bucks at Walmart. Usually the higher price ones like that are like 12 bucks and stuff like that, or usually have a little bit more fat, so I try to stay around $10 on that. Alright, so that there is probably pretty much going to be your main protein source that's going to come from in your meals in the day. So yeah, with that you have great value white rice. So if you are in college or if you are needing to save money, do not be ashamed to buy great value stuff. It is literally the same stuff. There's nothing different between the stuff. You may be missing a few additives, but it's nothing major. So yeah, this great value white rice right here, there's nothing wrong with it. I use white rice. It is a faster digesting, pretty much carb. It's lower in fiber than brown rice, which is what I should be eating since I am on prep. But I hate the taste of brown rice. I just hate the taste of brown rice. I can't stand it. It tastes way too grainy to me. I don't know. It's just something about it I don't like. But if you are wanting to keep from being hungry, I do recommend doing brown rice over white rice. It is higher in fiber and it is a lot slower digesting. Now, if you like both, I'm gonna give you a little tip here. Do your white rice before, like pre and post workout. It'll insulin spike it yourself before, and it will fuel your muscles afterwards, and it'll give you an energy boost a lot quicker than brown rice will, because it is so fast at digestion. For midday snacks, I would recommend looking at like bananas. So these are higher carb, pretty much fruits. Bananas are really high in fiber as well. They will keep you full longer than say like an orange or something like that. It's not as high in fiber as a banana would be. Also, the bananas are very high in potassium. If you are going to step on shows, and if you're like me, you're drinking a lot of diet drinks like you shouldn't be, but you are, the potassium in there will help you from cramping up during your workouts or your posing practices and stuff like that. Next, but anyway, with that chicken and white rice meal, I do recommend getting a vegetable, especially if you're doing white rice. Since you don't have very much fiber, you need some kind of vegetables. to pretty much give you that fiber to keep you full longer. I typically do asparagus, broccoli, or some spinach. More or less, I would do spinach with my eggs in the morning. In my opinion, spinach is less in volume, so I don't do very much spinach, so I do more broccoli, florets, and asparagus. They're very good. If you want to add a little bit of flavor to your cooking and stuff like that, and the non-stick spray, I use this butter spray. It is great value as well. Balling on a budget here. I'm in college, don't have the most money, and shows are expensive. Like right now I'm doing a show and it's costing me about $350 on average to get the tanning, my shorts, my living spaces and stuff like that for that weekend, and pretty much the show and my NPC card for the year. All right, now my morning, that was kind of like a lunch setting kind of foods. In the morning, this is one of the best meals. You can do this if you want to do it in the morning, you can, or if you want to save it for the nighttime when you got those late night cravings. This is where this meal is going to come in. It is a very fulfilling and very sweet meal. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your Quick Oats that you got right here, great value as well, $1, literally $1. You're also going to take your great value blueberries. They run about $6. Blueberries are still pretty expensive, but it's better than buying the already thawed out blueberries. They're about $5 a tray, and it's literally like this much of this bag. So I really do recommend getting frozen blueberries if you do not have the money to buy the pre-packaged, already thawed out blueberries. So yeah, you'll do your blueberries, you'll do your oats and your blueberries. And some people are opposed to this. Some people don't like the fake sweeteners and stuff like that. I don't see no problem. There's been no studies to show that it has any negative side effects to anything. But then again, there have been no studies to pretty much promote that, that no calorie sweetener stuff. It hasn't been around very long. So there's not very much information on it. I've been doing it for about a year now. Haven't really felt any different. Haven't really retained much water or anything like that. So I'm still going to do it until they come out and they tell me that there's something wrong with it, or they show me some proof that it's bad for you. So with that, your Quick Oats and your no calorie sweetener, you do have what I like to use is this no sugar maple syrup. Very low in calories, very, very low in calories. 60 milliliters of this right here is only 6 carbs and 5 of it sugar alcohols, so it doesn't digest in your body. You still need to, in my opinion, I count every carb. I don't care if it's dietary fiber or not, I still count them. But it's another sweetener you can put in the oats. Mixing it all together, it is phenomenal. It takes my sweet tooth right away. It is a perfect, just perfect. Now, so now you got all this is great value. Literally everything I've showed you so far is great value. The only thing that is not great value that I buy is G. Hughes sugar-free dipping sauce. It is a honey mustard. Now this man saves lives. I don't know if you can see if it's focusing or not, but so this man saves lives, especially during your lunch meals and stuff like that. Chicken and rice are so plain, so it's just so plain. So I have to have some kind of sauce or something like that to pretty much take away just that chicken and rice flavor. I gotta have something. So he has a bunch of other different kinds of sauces. They range from, you got teriyaki sauce, you got barbecue sauce, honey mustard. He's got multiple. I'll throw that on with my chicken and stuff like that. I do count the calories from that, and I will have to cut this out getting closer to show because it does have some calories in it, but it's very minimal. All right, so next we got our eggs right here, which great value. We got our egg whites, which are also great value. Now, eggs are very high in fat, but very cheap. Egg whites are not the cheapest. I won't lie to you, they're not the cheapest. This container right here is about $3 to $4, and that's for the Great Value brand. Now, if you were to get a non-knockoff brand, then you'd be spending about $6 for this jar. I do recommend doing eggs and egg whites, but do not go over on your egg whites. Once you start going over on your egg whites, not your egg whites, your eggs are very high in fat, so you do need egg whites because they are just straight protein. That is one of the best ways to mess yourself up. Most people think eggs mass. Not the way it works. Actually very high in fat, and not a very fulfilling food. So if you do use your egg and your egg whites in the mornings, make sure you're doing like I do. I do some spinach or something like that. I would show you, but I'm actually out of the spinach this morning. So yeah, I'll show you kind of like what I do. Now, as some kind of drinks during the day, I do drink the 0 calorie monsters and stuff like that. Shout out to Brennan Harden for showing me that, and he's also a dope YouTuber. Also, I do any kind of zero drinks, so like Mello Zero, Coke Zero, stuff like that. We got the Coke Zero vanillas and everything like that. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I do use another type of sauce. It is actually lower in calorie than G. Hughes' sauce, and it's great value. Now this is some good stuff as well. Oh, I got it upside down, 1 second. So yeah, we got this right here. If it'll focus in. Alright. But anyway, since it ain't gonna focus, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so this right here is literally 5 grams of sauce is only 10 calories, and it's only 1 gram of carb. You can't really beat that, and that's a really good sauce. The only really 0 calorie kind of thing that I know of that you can get for a sauce is going to be hot sauce, and that's just too high in sodium for me. I'm not the biggest person when it comes to sodium. But yeah, also a little pro tip here: salt. This thing right here, salt. It is very useful, but this particular salt, it is great value and it is not useful. So you need iodide in your salt. Do not get regular table salt that does not have iodide. It is also bleached. It is pretty bad for you. I do recommend getting pink Himalayan salt. Very, very good. Very high in iodine. A lot better than your regular table salt. It's not bleached. Stuff like that. I do recommend getting that. That is something that is very useful. It speeds up your metabolism. It helps all those hormones in your body and stuff like that. Other than that, I really can't think of too much else for the shredding. Just make sure you're getting your vegetables in if you are craving and stuff like that. Typically for me, I don't really not crave, but I don't have very bad hunger until I'm getting close to 750 calories below my maintenance. And then when I kind of reach that spot, that's when it gets a little rough for me. Like right now, I'm probably getting close to 1,000 below maintenance, and it's getting rough. Not about 1,000, about 750 now, and it is getting rough. Not too bad, but it is getting pretty bad. I can't really think of nothing else that you could possibly use. Also, if you don't want to use rice, you can always do potatoes. You have sweet potatoes if you want to throw some of that 0 calorie syrup on there. You can do that. You can throw some of that 0 calorie sweetener on there with that sweet potato, and you can put that with you can do sweet potato and eggs in the morning if that's what you want to do, and eat your carbs in the morning, and then eat your oatmeal later if you want to do it that way. That'll also give you some kind of sweet stuff. Also makes it a more traditional breakfast because you are using the syrup like you would on pancakes and stuff like that. Kind of trick your mind a little bit. One other thing I do drink a cup of coffee in the morning. Now with this, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. It doesn't matter. There is no 0 calorie creamers out there. I know this because I have Googled and researched trying to find them. There is no 0 calorie creamers that I know of. So I get this fat-free, just a regular Nestle Coffee Mate. It doesn't have any fat, which is probably your highest calorie part, but it does have 2 grams of carbs per 2 grams of the product. Now, I like a lot of creamer, so I have to be very cautious of this and kind of offset that lack of creamer with some 0 calorie sweetener. Yeah, So just be cautious of your stuff. If you're using the sauce, be sure, like any of these sauces, be sure to watch like how much you're using, because too much is too much. Like you'll get too many calories, and that's not benefiting you at all. Also, these are shredding foods. You can use these to get lean, but these foods are also used to bulk. So you have to be careful. I recommend getting a scale like this right here. And then there's also an app on the App Store. You got it on the iOS, you got it on the Android, you got it on everything. Get MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal, you can literally get a scale, type in, or you can even scan these barcodes on the back of these foods and weigh out how much food you're using, and literally it tracks your macros for you. You don't have to do it. Just be cautious of what you're eating, because if you eat too much of this chicken and this rice, you're putting a lot of calories in your body, and you're never gonna lose weight. You're actually probably gonna gain. Yeah, but that's all I got for you guys in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope some of these tips and tricks helped you a little bit. I know this probably isn't the best video I've done so far. It is episode 3. YouTube was down for me yesterday, so I did lose some footage and stuff like that. I had a back workout I was going to share with you guys, but it got lost. Also, in my next video, I am going to be doing a voiceover of my back workout. I'm going to re-video one, and I'm going to voice over it. I'm going to tell you pretty much the key points on that back workout and why I do certain exercises to build the width and the girth of my back, and just other things like that, just to pretty much get that overall aesthetically pleasing back. That's going to come in the next video. We're also going to have some other stuff, but I don't want to pretty much tell you everything that's going to be in there. But yeah, guys, this is it. My last tip for you: just don't overeat. Play around with your food, play around with your macros. If you're not going for a show, there's always going to be a ways to play around with your macros. But yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like, and if you would, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.